In a world where the most recent Call of Duty game uses its predecessor's supply drop system but doesn't reward anything good. In a world where the most recent Call of Duty game uses its predecessor's variant system, but most of the variants are complete trash. One variant must take a stand. One variant must rise above all the rest. This is totally not that variant. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Infinite Warfare Epic Variant Reviews on BlackTideTV. Today being a Wednesday, it is Director's Choice, and I've chosen the Titan Scout for my review today. That mainly being because if I put it in an Epic Variant Review poll on my Twitter page at BlackTideTV, you guys would likely never vote it in over any other variant because it's general knowledge that this variant is not that great and it doesn't really compare with any of the other variants in this game. It doesn't provide a great bonus, whereas a lot of other variants really do. Speaking of EVR Twitter polls, the current Twitter poll for this Saturday's Epic Variant Review is still running for about an hour after this video goes live, so anyone in the notification squad, anyone here early, you do have a chance to influence the Epic Variant Review coming out this Saturday, so head over to my Twitter page at BlackTideTV and vote on which variant you'd like to see next. There will also be another Epic Variant Review Twitter poll posting with this video. That poll will be running until next Wednesday, February 8th, so there's lots of time to vote on that one, and that will be for the following Saturday, so head over to my Twitter page regardless, at BlackTideTV, or it's linked in the description down below. It's spelled the exact same way as the YouTube name anyways. It's pretty easy to find. Head over there and vote on whatever poll is up. There's usually always a poll each and every week for the next Epic Variant Review. Now let's talk Titan Scout. What is this variant all about? Why do people not like this variant that much? Honestly, I can't tell you why people don't like this variant because all things considered, it's not a bad variant. There's no actual downside to this variant whatsoever. It's just not worth the 4,000 salvage, especially if you're not going to run an optical attachment on your Titan. I would use this variant over the base variant 100% of the time. Now, there are some other variants in the game, common, rare, legendary variants that do outperform this variant as far as actual statistics go. But if you are going to just use this weapon, if you do happen to get it out of a supply drop and you have no other variants, this is the best bet. It's better than the base variant, and that's all that really matters here. If you are planning to spend your salvage on something, this is not the way to go. It's not worth 4,000 salvage because you can really use the base variant and a couple of attachments to replicate the same effect as this weapon, but with a better edge to things. So let's take a look at the Epic Variant Trait card and get into a little more detail. First up, we have the Epic Trait Hacks, which gives your weapon a custom Trojan sight. And for our common trait, we have Stability, which reduces your recoil and stacks with foregrip. Now, in traditional Epic Variant Review fashion, we're going to knock out this common trait before attacking the Epic head-on. So the common trait reducing recoil, does it actually reduce recoil? I would say so, yeah. It's only a 3% increase in accuracy, but you will definitely notice it when using this weapon. You still have to fire in short bursts, as this weapon does have an insane amount of recoil, but it's much more manageable than the standard amount of recoil on the base variant, and more or less neutralizes the need for a foregrip on this weapon. Moving on up, we're discussing the quote-unquote custom Trojan sight given to us by the Epic Trait Hacks, which is obviously the more controversial of the two traits here today, and is also the reason why many players believe this variant to be subpar. So what is so custom about this Trojan sight? Well, it's not a traditional Trojan sight in any sense of the word. In fact, it uses the standard iron sights, or as I like to call them, iron optics of the Titan, and adds a Trojan effect. So now all of your enemies, so long as they aren't using hardwired, will be highlighted in yellow and you can see them through smoke. So what's the problem here? Why do people not like this variant? I mean, free Trojan sight. Trojan sight is pretty overpowered in this game. You can see people through smoke. You can see people through explosions. You can see people at really long distances that you might not have regularly seen. This is a gift. This is a free optical attachment on our weapons. Why is everyone complaining? Well, if you actually take a look at the iron sights of this weapon, or the iron optics of this weapon, as it is a digital optic, they're widely considered to be one of the worst optics in the game. And it's not the actual optic itself that's the bad part. The optic is very clear, very easy to use. It's the side of the optic. For whatever reason, the Titan has this large, I think it's a battery. I'm not sure what it is, but there's this large box on the right side of the screen when you aim down sights, completely obscures the entire right side of your vision, and enemies can clearly stand right in that spot and shoot at you, and you will never see them. And for whatever reason, they carried that big bulky box or battery or whatever it is. If you guys know what this is, if you guys have any idea, let me know in the comment section down below. But for whatever reason, the Epic variant also took on this large box on the right side of the screen. They didn't neutralize that box for the Epic variant, so it also has this big blind spot when you're using the iron sights. And if you use the standard Trojan sight on a base variant or any other variant of this weapon, you have the exact same effect without the box. If you put any other optical attachment on this weapon, the reflex sight, the Trojan sight, the Elo sight, if you put anything on this weapon apart from the iron sights, you instantly get rid of that box and clear up that blind spot. So essentially what I'm saying here is you can put a Trojan sight and a foregrip on the base Titan and you will have the Epic variant. You will have a better version of the Epic variant of this weapon. And that's just the hard truth when it comes to the Titan Scout. It's simply not worth it. Now, if you do happen to find it in a supply drop and you don't mind losing 33% of your screen to the iron sights, or maybe you prefer the iron sights on this weapon, then it is better than the base variant. All things considered, it is a better variant than the base, but being an Epic variant, it's not exactly epic in that you can take the base variant, put a Trojan sight on it, and put a foregrip on it, and it will be better in the long run. But that's it for today's Epic variant review, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the video, subscribe for more daily gaming goodness, and don't forget to head over to my Twitter page at BlackTideTV to vote in the next Epic variant review Twitter poll. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys on the next one.